copy and do some Christmas shopping as well. So without further ado, Golden Notebook and Woodstock is thrilled to welcome Tom Davis.
Thank you. I'm delighted to be here tonight, and thank you all for showing up with the slippery snow and inclement weather, but then that's to be expected for this time of year. But tonight, let's do some things that are unexpected. So if you'll all take your books out now and turn to, we're going to start with me reading Onward, Christian Soldiers. You've seen the show. Now, I'm going to start on page 144. Lorne was in his office with SNL band leader guitarist G.E. Smith when I walked in to pop the question. It was early 1978. Can you all hear me back there? Okay. It was early 1978, probably the peak of my career, and I was at the top of my game. Hey, Lorne, why don't we have the Grateful Dead on the show? Lorne, weren't they big in the 60s? I, well, no one sells more tickets than they do. Lorne, what do you think, G.E.? G.E., they're not happening. Lorne, this is TV, Tom. No one knows who they are. So that week, I wrote a live commercial parody where Gilda and Lorraine played characters offering testimonials with their names supered beneath them as they spoke. Donna Gacho and Candace Brightman, the real names of the Grateful Dead singer and lighting director, and my new acquaintances. The piece got on the air. On the following Monday, I was summoned into the boss's office. Lorne, was that me? What the hell is that? Is that you? You're guilty. Oh, good. Okay, that's Dave. He's my man. He can do whatever he wants. He is fabulous. Okay, so Lorne calls me into his office. Did you use some real Grateful Dead names in that sketch? Yes, I always use real names. Well, don't do that again. I got all these phone calls. But you said that this was TV and nobody knows who they are. Lorne sighed. Oh, all right, I'll book the Grateful Dead in the fall. Now we turn to page 177. It goes all over the place as my mind works. So one Wednesday at 3 a.m., I was walking past the open door of Lorne's darkened 17th floor office when I heard Belushi's voice. Davis, get in here. The only light was reflected from the huge spotlights that illuminate Rockefeller Plaza. And there was John and Bill Kreutzmann, the Grateful Dead drummer, snorting coke off Lorne's desk. Apparently, the band was recording at some studio in town, and John had found them. He delighted them, despite knocking over some drum equipment and getting in the way as only he could. He introduced me to my heroes. Thank you, John. And now we go to page 146. Lorne made good on his promise and booked the Grateful Dead on the show hosted by Buck Henry, which aired November 11th, 1978. On the preceding Tuesday, around noon, I met with my heroes in a hotel room overlooking Central Park South. They were there being rowdy and jovial, and they literally picked me up and stood me on a bed. Bill Kreutzmann, so Davis, what songs do you think we should play? How about some songs where Jerry can play pedal steel guitar because it sounds so good on TV? Jerry to the others, okay, get him down from there. They took me off my pedestal and never again asked me for my opinion. What they did choose to play shocked me. Their first song was Casey Jones. Dave, if you please, lights down when we go to the screen. Roll them. This is for Woodstock.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Grateful Dead.
Driving that train, I'm cocaine. Casey Jones, you better watch your speed. Trouble ahead, trouble behind. And roll that notion just crossed my mind. This old engine makes it on time, leaves at the station at 8:45. It's River Junction, 17-2, at 9:45. You know it's happening again. Driving that train, I'm cocaine. Casey Jones, River, watch your speed. Trouble ahead, trouble behind, and you know that notion just crossed my mind. Trouble ahead, the lady in red. Take my advice, you'd be better off dead. Switchman, sleeping train, 102. It's on the wrong track and headed for you. Driving that train, I'm cocaine. Casey Jones, you better watch your speed. Trouble ahead, trouble behind, and you know that notion just crossed my mind. Trouble with you is the trouble with me. Got two good eyes, but we still don't see. Come round the bend, you know it's the end. The fireman screams and the engine just leaves. Driving that train, I'm cocaine. Casey Jones, you better watch your speed. Trouble ahead, trouble behind, and you know that notion just crossed my mind. And you know that notion just crossed my mind.
I thought that would be a good way to start the Woodstock show. Most of you here tonight are friends of mine, and but for those of you who don't know, about 2 years ago I was diagnosed with tonsorial squamous cell carcinoma, and just call me Mr. Side Effect. But that's the way it goes, you know. I was prepared to go through this life without ever suffering, and I was doing a damn good job of it. But this came up, and it spread unexpectedly to my bones, so in the foreseeable future, I will become a dead person. But I would like to remind you that dead people are people too. There are good dead people and there are bad dead people. Some of my best friends are dead people. Dead people have fought in every war. So this death and dying thing isn't so bad. You should try it sometime. Thank you. I've been snorting my medication with a little bit of cocaine, and I couldn't get the batteries in here. They recently found some of Freud's books. You know, the classic levels of fixation with the oral, the anal, the phallic, and apparently the nasal stage. For those of us who love to shove things in our noses. And it comes from traumatic handkerchief training, and so you'll read about that in the New York Times, I'm sure.